Welcome to the 8th oldest stadium in the country, Vaught Hemingway in Oxford, Mississippi, home of the Ole Miss Rebels, where the fans never lose a tailgate and don't plan on losing the game today. And the Sooners will kick it away to start us off. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Rebels return team will have that offense backed up. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
Safe completion on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
It's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. The quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Dropping back, it's Maddox. Quickly complete. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Back to the air one more time. Grabbed on the outside, it's Proctor. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. Drip, drip, drip. The water droplets keep hitting the forehead. The paper cuts keep accumulating, and they keep moving the ball down the field, David.
Yeah, and there's a skill to that. I know it's not always the sexy route. It's not what everybody wants. But, man, when you take what the defense gives you and you move the ball slowly down the field and your quarterback's making good decisions, your offense can put up great numbers. And now, getting towards the red zone, trying to get some points.
They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Slade. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Proctor. They make the stop, but the sweet pull and catch is ready to give them a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Able to get one down to the 15.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Looking to throw, it's Maddox. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So Oklahoma's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And there's no doubt, guys, we will be focused on these two star playmakers on the outside.
I'm curious to see how much man coverage we're going to see today. I don't know if either of these defenses is confident enough to go mano-a-mano with these two dudes on the field. They're two of the best in the nation.
These cornerbacks aren't looking for man-to-man coverage. I can promise you that. They're like, give me some help over here. But we're going to see some split screens, and we're going to see who had more catches, who had more yards. We're definitely going to be breaking that down this game.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that won the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
Wants to fire on second down. He's got his man. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Sooners want to pick up the tempo. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from the Sooner offense, because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear you down throughout a football game. So the quarterback play on those completions that move the sticks, that make you play 3 more plays, 4 more plays, 5 more plays, and just wear you out.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. He's looking for a man on second down. Throws toward the end zone. What a snag by the defense. Takes it the other way. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down, too. This is a guy that I think can play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his Oklahoma run there.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They're working that left side.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
A quick tackle made, but he's got ready for the first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. The best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to throw, it's Maddox. It's complete on the right side.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. He's going to pass. Unleashes one deep. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. the quarter coming. He leaves it with his back. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. Second down coming up. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. He'll pull it on the read. Fights off a defender. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you're up one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football all down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first one.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. On the move, he fires. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
Well, this guy's going to make catches all over the field. That time, he lined up all the way to the left side, and he was able to cross the entire field to make a catch on the right side. Defense lost track of him, and it ended up being a big play.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Quick tempo here for the offense.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They want to throw it. Get it out on the screen. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. From the gun, looking for a man. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Got a little room. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress in the sideline.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking. They've got it up to the 47-yard line. Looking for a crease. It's Hurley. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try to get the first through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Mayo. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Sooners are marching down the field. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy throws for the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. The offense in hurry-up mode.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and he's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Steps away. Kept it and he's past the marker. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They move the tight end all over. Quarterback on the keeper. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. You can hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away to buy time. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown Sooner. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Finds it back in the middle. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking for a man. It's Maddox. He unleashes a long one. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. He's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Will they keep it on the ground again here on third down? Let's go. Looking to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
On 4th down, flexing that muscle in the run game. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. They'll run the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work. Big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up. Got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, tough to beat the pageantry and tradition there today in Oxford.
The Rebels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And a good, solid pickup for the defense cuts him down. And the Sooners are in the hurry-up. Oh, it's a reverse. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeps looking downfield. He'll pull it down. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Sooners have this offense rolling.
So frustrating as a defense because you got the offense in 3rd down. You're in a situation now where you can get off the field. If somebody just makes a play, but you let the quarterback escape. And then beyond all that, you can't even get a good hit on him because he slides to protect himself.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. He'll do it himself. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a 1st down.
Trying to bully their way in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half. They'll try to add another to their lead. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner will be brought down. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense just didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Scanning the field, it's Maddox. Got his man down the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
And the Rebels in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough to get one attack.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with him. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
They're strong and they're scrawl. Defensive tackles, they're scrawl. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quick.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That is a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw. Defense is backed up against the wall. The Rebels line it up with a first and goal. Direct snap. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Lining up to add another.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
All tied up, just about set to kick it away. Bringing it out. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't get on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
The running back has it. At the 35, he's got room. Can anyone catch him? They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The Sooners want to crank the tempo.
I mean, goodness gracious, you could have driven a semi-truck through that hole. Nobody touched him. This was an easy run. This is the easiest 40-plus yard run you will ever see.
Fires left. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners!
This offense is high-octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UCLA is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Southern California for some time. They're up by 21 over Ohio State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
That's a really good job on the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. Now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Got it, looking for the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10.
And that's why you're the offensive coordinator. You've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
I'm going to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on the first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give him the first down. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. First down to start the drive after the break. On the ground, it's Huff. Running with power. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. They're going to ride this running back. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4. The Rebels will hustle to the line. To the ground with the back. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. Trying to put together a long, time-consuming drive. This 8th play will be 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires downfield. He's got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Rebel. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way. What's your name, right? That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the 4th quarter. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Here's the handoff. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. On first down from their own 22.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the day. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. It's a reverse. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play.
For an offense, to make the wide receiver reverse work, you've got to have a lot of guys doing a good sell job. Running backs have to behave as if they're actually going to keep the football, and everybody else on offense has to be yelling out, run! Try to make the defense over-pursued, but no Oscars being handed out on that.
On 3rd and long, a check down will be the last resort. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Sooners will punt this one away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Typically, at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk aversive, but it is good field position. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Maddox. Firing to the right, complete. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you. You're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And the Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Quickly complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
Great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming with the football and trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Right quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He makes the connection. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, give me one more.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. He's looking to pass. They've got the screen set up. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. He wants to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Caught near the sideline, it's Acker.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his 2nd catch of the game.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated, I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Trailing by a touchdown, this fourth down opportunity is gargantuan. They're trying to get to it. He's going to take off. And he'll slide after picking up the first down. They're moving quickly after that big fourth down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. Four wide out set, three of them to the left on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that receiver, he knew he had to get his head turned around quickly. He's running the curl route against zone coverage, but he knows his quarterback is going to be firing that ball into him. It's a rocket pass. He's able to make the catch and get the first.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. This crowd even louder now on 2nd down as they try a shot toward the end zone. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
And a fantastic job by the defense that time, forcing the incompletion. They've got the lead late, setting up 4th down. Can they come up with one more stop if they get it?
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
And they'll go for 2 to try to win it right here. And this crowd is deafening, trying to will the stop. Out of the gun, looking to throw. It's incomplete. And the try for 2 and the attempt to take the lead does not work in the final seconds. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. Here's the situation. First, they have to recover the onside kick, then maybe time for a play or 2. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
And I would say this is one of the hardest things to do in football. When you know an onside kick is coming, you're not going to get it very often, but they perform it, and they got a chance to go down the field now and go win this game.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to move it through the air. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He's going up top here late in the game. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And he takes the interception return out of bounds, and that's how we'll wrap it up. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
Yeah, it's amazing how much offenses has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.